this is Michael. Today we are going to be discussing, I'm going to compare the CharJen Pro USB-C hub with the Nucleum by Kingston. Okay, so I've got a little backstory behind this. Here with me I have my 2018 MacBook Pro, and want to share this backstory so that when y'all are reviewing USB-C hubs, you can make your decision, and hopefully this video will help you on figuring out which USB-C hub works best for you. And you know, I don't like to basically beat up competition and that sort of thing, but I will show you why I believe this one is a much superior product to this guy. So back in January, as I mentioned, I purchased a 2018 MacBook Pro. They've gone all USB-C ports on the left and right side of this. I understand the reason why that Apple did this, but at the same time it's frustrating because now we don't have a way to plug in USB-C, HDMI cables, and that sort of thing. It's just a change of the times, I believe. But with that, you have to be able to get a hub to connect your USB-Cs, HDMI, and everything else together. Now, that is frustrating. You know, with Apple, you spend so much money on an Apple MacBook Pro, and then they don't include a hub for you on this. But it is Apple at the end of the day, so you have to go out and purchase one of these guys. These guys are going to run about 80 to 100 bucks. Let's go ahead and get into you know, my little story of this year. January 18, I went, because I purchased this guy, and purchased, after a lot of research, this Kingston Nucleum. I believe that they were brand new out on the market when they hit the market with this. I did a lot of reviews. The product reviews looked great. They really did. You know, 5 stars all around. There was a lot of people saying they were excellent and everything else. So this is the one I decided on. Now, $88 of hard-earned money to go purchase something like this. You're like, wow, that's a little bit expensive for a hub, but you have to do it with a Max. So I went ahead and did that, picked this up. It worked fine. It worked fine in my office. It was, you know, spending probably 8 to 12 hours a day using these guys. But something happened around August. The HDMI port is here, if you can see that. And because this is metal on the outsides, if you can see that, and then we've got plastic all the way around, guys, this thing heats up, okay? So what happens is when you, anything with, like, you know, it's just metal, right? So it's the actual physical piece of the product. When it expands and contracts, guess what? Over time, plastic cracks, okay? That's exactly what happened to mine. August of this year, I was plugging in my HDMI port there at work, and this guy, you could see that crack right there. It cracked. I didn't think that much of it because I'm like, well, that sucks. I've got a warranty, but I've got too much time to work on stuff, and I don't have time to deal with this, so I didn't mess with it. Well, then what happened was it cracked on the sides, and then it cracked all the way down. And eventually, what happened was, it came apart. It literally came apart. It broke, and there's, you know, flipping screws or steel screws in here that's kind of all messed up. And so it was unfortunate, but I had to wind up reaching out to Kingston and say, guys, you know, I think I got a faulty product. You know, help me. Can we replace this with your warranty? Shot him a video, took some pictures, all that. Went to Kingston, and they looked at it, and they even went to their manager and said, you abused this product. They blame me for abusing a product and said maybe I dropped it or something else, and I tried to explain to them. And in my profession, I don't drop things. I'm very careful about my products itself. But what really was disheartening was the lack of customer service that I received from Kingston. Much bigger company than CharJen, but I just felt like I just had been had, you know, because here it is 8 months later on something that cost almost 100 bucks, and 8 months later I'm chunking this in the trash. It's kind of sad. So that took me along my journey of finding CharJen. I went and did a lot more research, and I found these guys. And you know what? Positive note, I found one that really worked for me, and it's a high quality product. But I got a little bit of an extra to this guy because I got to learn about a great company too. CharJen is Charlie and Jenny. They're a company out of California, and they're a husband-wife team that really wanted to create useful products for people. I myself am a UX professional and product designer, so I really spend a lot of time looking at physical products and the layout and the high quality of these guys. and then I build, learning from the research that I do from users, on crafting solutions specifically for the user themselves. They thought of that when they put this together, guys. This has the power strip here. This is the premium that I purchased, by the way. It has an HDMI port, as well as your slots and then the USB-C here. But what's nice about this, and you can look at the first of the 3 series I did of a product review later, but what I really like about their thoughtful design was this. If you plug in your HDMI, okay, you plug in your power strip, I'm plugging in my mic. What's beautiful about this is I plug it in and this thing is unobstructed as far as all the cables itself. Whether your monitor is left or right, it doesn't matter. This thing will lay flat and your cables do not get in the way. I spent a lot of time doing sketching, I spent a lot of time doing research and everything, so I need space, and the last thing I need is a bunch of cables in the way. So I highly recommend CharJen as far as their hubs. They're amazing, and this one is, I really like it. It's really, really solid state, you know, it's awesome, and you know, really recommend them. But I would not go with Kingston. You know, honestly, they burned me on this product, and it's, you know, I mean, do what you need to do, but for me, I probably won't be purchasing a lot of Kingston in the future because of how the customer experience is. We know everything's not perfect, but when a product gets broken like this, it's disappointing when a customer doesn't back themselves up on the product itself and take care of it. So anyway, oh, and one other thing I do want to tell you really quick with this guy, you know, they took care of me. They really did take care of me. They replaced this very quick for me, and it was awesome. So highly recommend. So thanks for watching this video today. My name again is Michael Vaughn, and I am a UX professional and product designer. So I kind of know a little bit about these things. And follow me on Twitter as well as Instagram, and then you know, you can check me out on VaughnCreative.net. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel below. It's Vaughn Creative Lab, and thank you very much, and have yourself a great day. See ya.